I really don't like him. Ooh, ooh, talking to Terry. What's up, Terry? I felt it was the best transition to give you, considering we're doing Terry's Fun Fact Corner, We really never settled on a title for that, did we? It'd be great if we had, a little, soundbite to, put in front of that, and it'd be wonderful, and it'd be like rainbows and sparkles, and it's Terry's Corner. Yep, that's what I think of you. That's how I would introduce you on the show, absolutely. It was because I'm the one who has to do your stupid bits, and you refuse to talk on it. For those of you who don't know who I'm talking to, I am, of course, talking to my producer, Terry, who is throwing a fit in the studio. All right, we're gonna do this, okay? Don't worry about it. He wants me to do, once again, another boring idea for a radio show, and he wants to talk about film reviews, that sort of thing, and recently, me and Terry actually sat down and watched a film together, or tried to watch a film together. It was his choice, and he decided to pick 10 Cloverfield Lane. Have you heard about this one? It's that new one from John Goodman. Apparently it was released actually this year. Huh. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, he red-boxed it, and so we're sitting down watching this. I never heard of the director before either, though. Dan Trachtenberg? Let's see what else we did. I'm on IMDb right now trying to figure out. Nothing I know. It looks like he tried to do a Portal film, though, in 2011. So basically, this was his huge break. Yep, this was his huge break right there. So we sat down, we watched 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was starring John Goodman. So I actually, was going into this with a fairly, open mind. Despite it, being an American film, and I hate American cinema. I'm sorry, lately you guys haven't been cutting the mustard, and here we are again. I'm trying to bring that phrase back, so use that in a conversation in the near future. Cutting the mustard. No, it was terrible. It was straight up terrible. And I'll tell you why. I'm not going to give you any spoilers or anything like that, so if you still want to go out and see this movie, fine, go ahead. But it's really not worth your time. So, the opening is possibly the worst thing about it, and I should have stopped it in the first 10 minutes, and I decided to, continue through it, that sort of thing. But it has to do with the fact that you don't learn anything about who this woman is, what she's doing, where she's going, or why she's going somewhere. Yes, you get the idea that she's upset with her marriage and something like that, and this really cheesy shot where it's like, oh, there's the keys, there's the wedding ring. But, it was really more like a gimmicky shot than, an actual reveal, that sort of thing. It kind of knew what was going on already. But again, no dialogue, no sound effects even. It was just this classical piano piece that was playing in the background, masking everything. And it's just her going through, not frantically, her drawers and emptying out the apartment and just straight up leaving. And so all that we've learned in the first 10, 15 minutes is that this woman, whoever her name is passive-aggressive. Congratulations right there. Because it was obviously not done in anger, it was more just frustration or something like that, so you knew it wasn't an abusive situation either. And so, then we get the phone conversation of the guy calling her saying, what the hell? Again, I'm not giving away anything, this is the first 15 minutes. And she answers the call, but doesn't answer the call, She just presses accept, but then just doesn't say anything. I mean, she doesn't at least, breathe into the receiver like a creep or nothing like that, but still. It's one of those circumstances where it's like, why did you just reject the call then? Don't string him along oh, I can hear you, but that's bullcrap. So now 20 minutes into the film, we still only know that there's this one woman who's upset with her marriage, she's leaving, and she's passive-aggressive as hell. That is it. We still don't even know her name, really. Turns out it's Michelle. And let me tell you, her characterization, as, projected through the beginning of the film, lasts consistently for as long as I decided to watch it, because I didn't get past 45 minutes. I said, no movie, I'm done. I can't stand this anymore. I have to sit next to Terry through all of this. No. And see, Terry seemed like he kind of liked it, that sort of thing right there. But let me tell you, there were a number of flaws in this film, which is really going to prevent you from enjoying it, or at least it did for me. It had to do with the fact that, alright, first of all, I should say this. John Goodman, he did a fine job. He was a real creep from what, little I saw of him, and, good on him for that. It's John Goodman. You don't expect anything less from that. But not even, he couldn't even get me through this film. And that had to do with the fact that, yes, Michelle had absolutely no characterization whatsoever. I'm not sure if it was the acting or the writing, because both were atrocious in this. And so, you're trying to, play this game on where it's like, okay, what am I supposed to believe? The fact that she has absolutely no emotions, or the fact that we're leaving every goddamn light on in this bunker here, which, if you're surviving the apocalypse, or you're surviving anywhere, and you're running off of a generator, I'm just gonna throw this out right now. Survival 101, you conserve energy. Which, it's an American writer, that sort of thing right there. What the hell do they know about conserving energy? Yeah. But it has to do with the fact that you need to write what you know. And if you don't know how to survive, or you don't know how to be in a survival situation, you could Google all of this, and it would probably be, leaving on lights, that's like number one of things you don't do in a post-apocalyptic situation. And so the film does play out in this, are they, is this the apocalypse, or has he just, trapped this woman in a basement and to do God knows what? And so I had to sit down with this film, and I had to decide, is it, the apocalypse, and it's just really, really bad writing, or is it just a hoax? And frankly, I wasn't interested in finding out the answer. And so if you are interested in maybe finding that out, good on you for that. Let me know how it ends, honestly, because I don't know, and I'm not willing to waste another 45 minutes to figure that out. So I'm just saying right there. Stopped at 45 minutes in, this is another very good point on why this was so hard to follow. And that is that the whole film was shot like a television show. Shot, reverse shot. There were no dramatic angles whatsoever. I felt like I was watching a sitcom halfway through. And again, when you have all this lighting going on, I forgot that they were underground in a bunker half the time because you had way too much light. And it was really clean light, too. Almost like, they were trying to account for sunlight, which might have been a thing that they were trying to pull off. But it has to do with the fact that there was so much inconsistency in the writing that it was hard to figure out what to believe in. And for you writers out there who are trying to maybe break it into the film industry and that sort of thing, or start writing screenplays, that sort of thing right there, you need to, you need to figure this kind of stuff out beforehand. And again, write what you know. And if you don't know, do what John Updike does. You probably don't know who he is, and I don't like his books, but he's an excellent writer. He researches the crap out of whatever he's talking about so that he knows what he's talking about. If you can try to bullshit your way all the way through the writing process, and everyone is going to be able to tell, because you're not nearly as clever as you think you are. And that is a tip that you should really take to heart right here. So, Dan Trachtenberg, you are not as clever as you think you are, and this was not a plot that I was willing to sit down and try to figure out what the hell was going on. Ball's in your court, man, but frankly, I was really, really disappointed. And John Goodman, you disappointed me a little bit too. Again, it wasn't your performance, it was the fact that you suckered me into seeing this film with Terry. And that is our first film review for the one and only Teej. What did you think of that, Terry? Was it fair? Did you ever end up finishing the film? Oh no, you had to take it back. Oh, okay, well, you might have to get it back out again and see what happens. Will you please let me know? Because, I don't care enough to actually sit down and watch this again. Alright, well, we'll see. He's getting all, mad because I didn't like his movie. Tell you what, we're gonna do this again at some point. How about that? Yeah. This is what we'll do. We'll try to make this a regular thing. I don't know how many shows we have left in the season. That's gonna be a little bit nerve-wracking because, this is either our second to last show, or not next week because we have Thanksgiving. The week after that, which I think is the last week in November. That'll be our second to last show, probably. So, we might have a chance to, review another film, Terry, give a better film an honest opinion. How about that? And I know just the one. Alright, has anyone seen Crimson Peak? Because I need to watch that for a class and write a paper on it, and I love Guillermo del Toro, a lot. He's a creative genius, and I love his eye for the imagery that he uses is just so beyond what anyone else is doing in cinema right now, and I love it for that. So I saw it had that Victorian house theme going on right there, which is right up my alley at least, especially with the oversaturation of colors. So Terry, that is going to be the next film that we do, alright? So you guys listening out there, stick tuned for that, because in the next couple of weeks we will be bringing that to you. But in the meantime, I think we bring in the music a little bit stranger this time around. Obscure Clarite is the name of this next song by Deji Huji. Tell me what you think.